Snoopy. Snoopy. Again, so Snoopy's just got back from the vets. He was in there for quite a long time and they have done some surgery and it took him a while to recover. There he is, he's looking a little bit groggy. I'm not going to zoom in too much just because he does have open wounds and it does look a bit scary and a couple of people might be a bit grossed out by it. I know when I first saw him it was a bit shocking to see him, but without going into too much detail, Ollie, stop! Without going into too much detail because I don't want to give you all the graphic details, but basically they've lanced the abscesses, so they've cut them and they've drained them, so they've got all the goo out. Ollie! I'm sorry if I sound out of breath as well. I've been running around trying to get the stuff ready to put him back in and running back up again to check that he's alright with Ollie, because sometimes reintroducing them even after a short period can be a little bit tricky. So there he is, and I'm just trying to get him eating again at the moment really quickly because it's so important that they eat before and after surgery straight away as soon as possible. So I've got some lettuce here. Oh. I'm going to see if he'll take any lettuce from me. There you go, Munchkin. So he's still really groggy. Oh! Yay! That's really good. He won't eat any hay or any solid food, but as long as he's started eating something, that makes me feel so much better. So there's quite a lot of care that I've got to do now. He's going back in a week, and basically I've got to keep his wounds open, which may sound counterproductive, but they want it to heal from the inside out rather than the outside. So they want me to try and keep the outside open, and so it can heal from the inside, because if it heals from the outside, if there's any infection left in there, it will just kind of come back. And they didn't want to just take them out completely because it's in a very difficult place on his neck, and my vet wants to be as least invasive as possible. He doesn't want to cause any damage or anything if he doesn't have to. So let's see if we can see Snoopy. So it's a really good sign that he's eating. That's really good. So I've been so worried about him, and as you can see there, they've shaved that bit because that's where they drained the thing. So bless him, he's been through it a bit today. He's had a bit of a tricky time, but I'll leave him settle back in his cage now. He looks like he's doing quite well, and I'll check back with you a little bit later. So now I'm just going to talk about the post-op care and medicine and stuff he's been put on, and also the cost, just in case you ever have anything like this and you want to know what kind of thing it's going to cost you, just so you can kind of prepare yourself for it a little bit. But this only applies to if you're going to be in the UK, really, because other countries are going to be completely different, but each vet's going to be a bit different as well. So there's his name there. So for the general anaesthetic for a rodent, it was £37.78. I think that's without tax though. But anyway, there was general anaesthetic, they lance, drained and flushed the abscess, they gave me Septrin, and then this was also some urine tests because Silver had some gritty pee, so I took a sample in for the vet to test. So that's what that is for. And altogether it was £95.50, which is a horrendous amount of money, but it's not nearly as much as it could have cost, because he didn't need an x-ray or anything like that in the end. They checked his teeth and his incisors aren't great, but his back teeth are fine, so he thinks it's just an infection that somehow got in, and caused an abscess, and then the abscess is tracking, so it's kind of spreading downwards. So he thinks that's why the other one popped up so quickly after, and hopefully that will stop it, because if it keeps travelling it could end up, he said, I think in his heart, and obviously by the time it gets to that point there's nothing they can do, so I need to stop the abscesses travelling any further. So what they did, I think, was called marsupialization or something, which basically means that they lance it, flush it out, and then keep it open, and then I flush it out at home. And that way it heals from the inside out, rather than if it heals on the outside, then it could, if it left a bit of an infection inside, it could just start up all over again basically. And if they took it out completely, there would be it's a lot more invasive then, and because it's in an area really close to his head and his neck and all the important kind of bits, my vet wanted to make it as less invasive as he possibly could. He didn't want to take out too much, just in case basically. He's really good with guinea pigs. I know, well, he's a small animal specialist, so he does a lot of rabbits, chinchillas, dagoos and guinea pigs. And I know he's also owned guinea pigs himself, so he's pretty good with guinea pigs, which is why I go to him. And then they gave me this little booklet on post-operative care, and it talks about how rodents should eat straight after their surgery. And also, if your guinea pig or rabbit or anything ever needs surgery, you should never withhold food before surgery. That's really important, because some people say to do it, but they have a really fast metabolism, and they should eat right up until the operation, and you should get them eating straight after again as well. So it's basically saying to keep them in a warm, quiet area. I love how it's put his name in as well. I think that's a really nice touch. So it's basically saying when it should heal and all that sort of thing. And then it's got another breakdown of the cost. So that's what they gave me, which I think is really good. You want to make sure, if you ever have anything like this, that your vets really thoroughly explain what should happen, what you should do, how it's healing. And I find this sort of thing really helpful, because when I'm in the vets, I'm trying to take it all in, but they give me so much information, and I'm normally so stressed as well that most of it doesn't sink in, which is why whenever I make a video about pet vet trips, I have no idea what they've said or what any of the technical terms are, just because it's kind of gone over my head because I'm so stressed. So this is really, really helpful for me. So yes, so I don't think I'll put in this video how I'm going to flush out his abscess and all that sort of thing, because I think that'll be really, really gross to a lot of people. I know I'm really worried about doing it, and I don't really want to do it because I think it's a bit gross, and I'm really worried that I'll hurt him, because the vet showed me how to do it and he was squeaking like he was in quite a lot of pain, but I know that it's going to stop it getting infected any further, and hopefully it'll heal up and he'll get better. He's also going to have Metacam as well, but the vet didn't prescribe me that because I've already got some, and I didn't want to pay for it again, seeing as I've already got some at home. So he's getting he's starting off on 3 drops on his food, and then I can go up to 5 if it's still hurting him. So hopefully that should keep the pain under control, which will hopefully mean he'll eat a bit better as well. I really want to get him eating hay again. That's my main priority. So I might pick him some fresh grass in a minute and try him on that, because that would be really good for him. So yeah. So with abscesses, the vet should do a culture to work out which antibiotic will be most effective to treat it. And we've been put on Septrin, and he's going to get, 0.6 ml a day orally, and there's 15 doses in here. So hopefully that should sort the internal kind of infection, and I'll flush it out as well. And then we're going back in a week, so we'll see how that does then.